What is good, everybody? Man, it's your boy Jay in the building. We're back again with another video. And before we get this video started, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Alright, so I want to talk a little bit about Morgan State today, man, because I don't know, for some strange reason, right? I feel like Morgan State is a sleeper in the MEAC, of course. I also feel like they have the most to prove in 2025. My crazy brain working, but here's why. Coach Wilson is entering his third year with Morgan State. He's been 3-2 in the MEAC in his first 2 years, which is not bad. Now, considering the fact that, this is his third year, and since he's been in the MEAC, Howard has been in the Celebration Bowl, and South Carolina State has been in the Celebration Bowl. And I feel like this year, well, since he's been in the MEAC, he's been sandwiched between the top dogs in the conference and the teams that has not been good. Like, I feel like Morgan State has been in the middle since he's been, since he took over. Now, I feel like Morgan State have, in terms of their skill position at wide receiver, the linebacker, secondary, running backs, I feel like they have one of the best rosters in the MEAC. And I won't go as far as to say top 3. I don't know if I don't know. Maybe so. But I feel like Morgan State has one of the best teams in the MEAC. And it's just one position that's been holding them back for years. Even before Wilson has stepped in as coach. It's been one position, and that's the quarterback. What's crazy about Morgan State is they have the preseason Offensive Player of the Year and the preseason Defensive Player of the Year. Now, it's crazy that they have Collins as prediction to win the Offensive Player of the Year, yet he's preseason the second team all conference. I don't know why. I don't know how that worked that way, but that's kind of wild. But you want to know how bad the quarterback position for Morgan State has been? Check this out. They haven't had a quarterback throw for over 1,000 yards in a season since 2021. 3 games in the last 4 years have they had a quarterback throw for over 200 yards in a game. It happened twice in 2021. You know the last time it happened? Last game of the season last year with Kobe Musa's first start at Morgan State. Last year. You are not going to win a whole lot of games with your quarterback play not being good. You're not going to win a lot of games like that. It's amazing to me how Morgan State was 6-6 last year, considering how bad the quarterback play was over there last year. And I believe they have a real good receiving core. They have a good running back. They have a good running back crew. They have a really good defense. They have, especially coming into this year with with Eric Hunter coming back. I think they have probably one of the best secondaries in the MEAC. It's just that the team has been held back from being great just from their lack of quarterback play. I think last year could have been their best chance. Well, I don't know, man, because that whipping that they took from South Carolina State was absolutely diabolical. I don't even think the best quarterback in the MEAC could have played for Morgan State and beat South Carolina State, but that's a different story, right? So, but this year, I don't know if Morgan State doesn't at least have a winning season this year. I don't know what they're going to do with Coach Wilson because he is entering his third year and he's been in third place. He's came up in third place his first 2 years. And now you have to deal with the come up of Norfolk State and the come up of Delaware State. You know, with the popularity that those two teams that are about to have, and the fact that Coach Berry came in for South Carolina State year one and won the MEAC before you did. That speaks volumes to the job that he's done in recruiting. So I hope for Coach Wilson's sake that, you know, he can get that quarterback position. Because, listen, they have 6 quarterbacks on the roster. They have 6. That right there alone is not a good sign. So hopefully Morgan State could get that quarterback situation under control, because that's the only position that's holding them back from going to the Celebration Bowl. If we're being honest here, that's really the only position that's holding them back, because they could have beat Central last year. They could have beat the University of Ohio. Like there were games last year that they could have won if they had better quarterback play. I was surprised that they beat Hampton. I'm surprised they put up 30 the way they did against Hampton, considering the fact that they threw for less than 150 yards. I gotta look and see. They might have thrown for less than 100 yards, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But when they lost to Merrimack, I knew they were in trouble then. That's how I knew they were in trouble. I'm like, okay, it's going to be bad. But listen, Morgan State has a real good shot. They have a real good chance this year in the MEAC. And this team is really a sleeper. But if the quarterback position ain't up to par, they're not winning a lot of games. They're not going to win a lot of games here. And for what it's worth, the first 5-6 games, it don't matter. They can go 0-5, to be real with you. But if they play well in the MEAC, they can still go to the Celebration Bowl even if they go 5-5. Like, you can lose your first 5-6 games and then sweep the MEAC and go to the Celebration Bowl. Like, that's how little the 5 games matter. Unless you're striving to go to FCS playoffs, you know, and you want to prove to the world that you are a good team, then by all means, man, go for it. But listen, Morgan State can play with anybody if they have a quarterback. That's all I'm saying. But listen, I definitely want to see what Morgan State look like this year, and we'll see what happens.